Welcome, it's denome. In this video, we're going to take a look at what different people are doing in regards of their Bitcoin holdings. Mostly we're interested in the whale activity, or I am interested, and that's what I'm going to showcase. So we're going to take a look at some interesting charts of what different users are actually doing right now, or have been doing during this time here. But we are also going to take a look at the price here, just to talk about what I said in the last video. So we had this divergence here, bullish divergence, which is pretty good. But right now we are still below this yellow trend line, which I don't really like to see, because as you can see in 2019, we went below this yellow line here, and then we almost touched the dotted line, and then we just completely crashed down once we touched the trend line again. And now we are basically doing the same thing, just a little bit faster. So we might still go to this dotted line or even crash below it. I don't know if that will happen or not. So my position still is pretty much the same. So I'm about 35% in stablecoins at the moment and 65% in crypto and Bitcoin on my crypto assets. So I'm still doing that, what I said in the last video, half-assed accumulation, not really going all in, because I don't know where the markets are going, and that's why I made this video. So let's take a look at what different people are doing in or what people have been doing with their funds. So first, we are on Crypto Quant, so I have a subscription here, and I have a lot of different charts that I like to take a look at. So let's just take a look at these. I will not exactly explain every single chart, but I will explain the meaning behind these charts or these lines. So Bitcoin exchange reserve, this just shows how many people or how many Bitcoin are in exchange reserves. And when this is going down, it usually means that long-term holders have access to that Bitcoin, because they want to take their Bitcoin out of exchanges and into cold wallets. So when this is going down, it usually means that the fundamentals for Bitcoin are better or in stronger hands. And looking at Ethereum ETH 2.0, this is a similar idea, because people have to lock this Ethereum into the Ethereum 2.0 staking. And when it's locked, they cannot get it back until Ethereum 2.0 has fully launched. I actually expect a price decrease on Ethereum when the Ethereum 2.0 launches, because a lot of people who have been holding Ethereum for a year now, or more than a year, on this Ethereum 2.0 staking, they now have a chance, or when the Ethereum 2.0 launches, they have a chance to finally sell their Ethereum. So that could cause some downward pressure. Right now, almost 8% of the total Ethereum supply have been staked. But I like this going up, at least for now, because it means that people cannot sell their Ethereum, and they have that long-term vision for Ethereum, whoever are staking the Ethereum here. But when the Ethereum 2.0 launches, that's when I expect some people at least would like to take profit out, who have had money in this Ethereum 2.0 staking. Next, let's take a look at exchange stable coins. So all stable coins, how many stable coins are in existence? The circulating supply of stable coins is steadily going up, and this is really nice, because the more stable coins are in the crypto ecosystem, the more potential the crypto ecosystem has to grow, and for different coins to actually grow. So I like this number to go high all the time, or higher all the time. So this is very nice that it's steadily going up. And then let's take a look at how many stable coins are in exchanges compared to Bitcoin. So as you can see, Bitcoin has been withdrawn from exchanges, while stable coins have been increasing in exchanges. So right now we're seeing a new low for this number. And whenever this is very, very low, it means there's a lot of stable coins ready in exchanges, but not that much Bitcoin. So the price increase potential for Bitcoin is higher the lower this chart is, or this number. So this is very, very good for potential price increase as well. Then let's take a look at short-term holders. So we are looking at accounts less than 155 days old, and these are long-term holders. This other chart, so accounts that have held Bitcoin for more than basically half a year. And this is when they have sold their Bitcoin. So SOPR, it shows short-term output profit ratio. So when this is less than 1, it indicates that short-term investors are selling at a loss. So whenever this is below 1, short-term investors have been selling at a loss. And usually when that happens, it has been a local bottom, and we have seen that now. So this could definitely be a local bottom based on this statistics here, because last time this was negative was here, and before that it was negative basically in 2020 crash here. So this is another signal that we might see some good price increase. But looking at long-term holders, this is quite interesting, because mostly long-term holders were selling during this price increase here from basically 20,000 to 60,000, and they have been selling until now. And right here you can see an increase. So someone was selling a lot of Bitcoin on this recent price increase here. So that's quite interesting that they are not seeing a long-term future for Bitcoin, that some long-term holders wanted to get rid of their Bitcoin at a slightly higher price. I don't know what that individual or individuals, what they have been thinking, but what we can see is that someone was just unloading their crypto here. But as you can see, overall, mostly it seems like the whales have been accumulating during this time. What else? Fund holdings. This is just flat. I don't know why funds are not, or people don't use Ethereum funds or Bitcoin funds. These both are just flat, but I like to take a look at them anyway if they start selling or buying, what they are doing. But right now it's just flat. And then we are taking a look at what Bitcoin miners are doing. So whenever this chart is flat here, it just means that they are accumulating Bitcoin that they mine. And this, on the other hand, shows their reserves. So this should be growing when they are not selling, for example, right now. So miners just don't want to sell at this price. So this is very, very good that miners are just holding their Bitcoin. So no new Bitcoin is basically entering the market, because the miners are just hoarding the Bitcoin. They don't want to sell at these prices. So this is very, very good. But eventually there will be a time when they just want to dump their Bitcoin, as you saw here on this drop here. But it's still the price increase still continued, even though the miners dumped their coins. So they did not have that much effect on the price. But they have been accumulating. That's very, very good. And even the price was 64,000, they still kept accumulating and still are keeping accumulating. So that's good to see that at least miners have that long-term vision. And then let's take a look at Bitcoin funding rates. So these are derivative exchanges. Whenever the funding is negative, it means that people who have short positions on Bitcoin, they are losing money every single day. And when the funding is positive on the green, that means that people who have long positions, so who are betting on the price increase of Bitcoin, they are losing money every single day. And basically, whenever this is negative, it incentivizes people to open long positions, and whenever this is positive, the exchanges incentivize people to open short positions, basically bet against Bitcoin. So whenever this is negative, that is usually a sign. Whenever it's a negative number for a long period of time, that's usually after that has happened, then we can see fireworks to the upside. And also the opposite is true. Whenever this has been green for a long period of time, then we might see fireworks on the negative side. So right now we have had a period of negative funding, and right now it just turned positive here. So this is a good signal that we might have seen a local bottom as well on that. So that's pretty cool to see. This one, I don't really know the significance, so I'm just gonna let it be. MV/RV ratio. So this shows the ratio between the market cap of Bitcoin versus the realized market cap. So realized market cap means when a person sells their Bitcoin, what is the price difference between the purchase price and the sell price. So this blue line here, basically the only thing you have to understand from this is that when we are in the green zone, that means that we are probably gonna see price increase, and when we are in a red zone, that might be a local top. So we did not even though Bitcoin was here 64,000, this did not indicate a top yet, and even now we are not in the green zone. So this is somewhere in the middle. Maybe we see just a little bit more downside or maybe upside. So not a clear buy signal from this one. Also, net unrealized profit loss basically shows the same thing. When people purchase Bitcoin and hold it in their wallet, what is the purchase price on those accounts, and what is the price now? So basically, what is the net unrealized profit or net unrealized loss? And when this is blue, that's basically the screaming buy signal. And right now we are in the, I think this is orange color or yellow color. You tell me what is it. Maybe yellow color because this is orange here. So we are in the yellow zone. So we don't exactly, the price could go either way from this. So we're not in a screaming purchase in a buy zone, but also we're not in a sell zone. So we're somewhere in the middle in this indicator. Also looking at how much of the Bitcoin supply currently is in profit. This is basically another similar indicator. It shows we are somewhere in the middle. So we actually bottomed here in number 61% of supply was in profit. And this 2020 bottom, we went all the way down to 43% of the total Bitcoin supply was in profit. So this indicates actually that we might have seen a bottom as well. So a good or somewhat reliable bottom indicator maybe. So that's basically the indicators that I'm looking at on the crypto quant. Hopefully this is somewhat useful to you. It just shows, in my opinion, looking at all this data together, that the fundamentals of Bitcoin are getting better because more Bitcoin is leaving the exchanges and going into strong hands. And it looks like there is price increase potential on many of these indicators. But again, this is not like a clear screaming buy signal yet, in my opinion. So we might still go based on the news to this level here, but maybe the chances are that we are actually headed towards higher numbers. That's basically my analysis. But I don't want to bet too much on it because we know in March the rate hikes for the interest rate hikes will come from the Fed. So what that means is that people will actually have to pay interest on the loans that they have taken, and there's just so much loan from the COVID funds, from the money printing, that when the rates actually turn, when they start increasing the interest rates, that could mean that money is leaving from the market. So we'll see how that goes. But in March, depending how much they try to limit the inflation that we have seen, increasing rates is basically the countermeasure for inflation. So we'll see how that goes. It could cause a ripple effect and cause a crash, but we don't know that yet. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and crypto in the long term, and in the especially in the altcoins, we have seen some massive, like 90% crashes. So for altcoins, there might be some good altcoins that you might consider actually accumulating. Like I have accumulated more Cell token. I was able to get Cell at 2.58 at the lowest price. Now it's 3.44. That was really nice. Also, I just bought Auto tokens at $400. I think that was a very good discount. So you might see some really good ones that you like. Those are just some that I have purchased. I know UNCX, they are launching their staking, I think, next week or this week. I'm not exactly sure. So that could be interesting. But it has not come down from a lot from the all-time high compared to Auto Farm, which is just down 96% from the all-time high. So I don't know which ones are good or the best, but I know that a lot of the altcoins are just massively oversold at these levels. So you might consider getting some altcoins, but don't go all in because we might see more downside. That's basically the message again from this video. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next video.